Davidas, some people told me that you can't learn every blues song ever in just a few short minutes.
No, you can learn every song there is in under 8 minutes.
There we go. So I brought blues expert Davidas. You have that. You have that title, actually.
I do. I carry the card in my wallet.
Yep, you've been to blues competition, international blues competitions. And they dubbed...
3-time.
3-timer here. And what did you learn? What did you learn there?
That...
What did you learn that would help people there?
What I learned, Sean and I, we're going to show you in this video.
There we go. It's just blues as a structure, and it's not an insulting thing to say that you can learn every blues song ever in just a few short minutes. It's learning the form, and then learning the variations of the form that lend creativity to the turnaround and stuff like that, right?
It's beautifully said.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I try really, really hard.
Nice.
So, the form is 12-bar blues. Right? Some people I've heard even play 14-bar blues.
Some play 13, but
that's insane. That's some underground Berlin blues that we're not into that.
We don't cover it.
Meat and potatoes, 12-bar blues. Okay, so I'm gonna speak it, then we're gonna demonstrate it.
Yes.
4 bars of the 1 chord. 2. Then we go to the 4 chord. How many times, Javi?
2 bars.
Then back to the 1 chord.
2 bars.
Then what we got? We got the 5 chord, 1 bar. Back to the 4 chord, 1 bar. And then the 1 chord for 2 bars. That's every blues song ever. Now that happened to be in a particular key, okay? How you play that is up to you. There's an infinite amount of ways that you can play that, but it's the structure and knowing that allows you to sit in. Like, blues jams are like a big cultural thing, actually.
Oh, for sure.
And that's how musicians can do that, because they know exactly what's going to happen, right? There's substitutions, there's all that stuff. So when you first started playing, what were like the stepping stones of how you learned different things as far as like the 1 chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord?
It was actually in the key of E, and I've learned it just to do this. Then the second step was, and then the final step that just blew my mind, and I thought I was like the coolest guitar player at the age of 14 was this.
Oh yeah. See, so those are 3 variations on just bars of E. The simplest way to do it is just hit the E string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. Then go to the A string. 1, 4, and again. Back to E twice. And again. Then B. 1, 2, 3, 4, A. Variation 1. So, memorize that. 4 bars of 1, 2 bars of 4, 2 bars of 1, a bar of 5, a bar of 4, 2 bars of 1. The first variation, I think, is those last 2 bars, instead of just going 2 more bars of 1, 1 bar of 1, then a bar of 5 to go back. I think that was kind of like the first way that I learned to do it.
Okay.
Now, it's funny, like what you just described, as far as like learning the form, I learned that as I was just memorizing. Like I was thinking this is like a Chicago style blues or something, right? Like that's the Chicago blues. When it's really just open E and 2A, and then you just go to 4A and then 5A, and then just kind of swing it back and forth. What really opened my eyes to the pattern is actually doing a riff, kind of like when you did the like that. For me, it was like a. And having a riff is like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and there we go. This is an A. Then I go to D. Then back to A. And then E. D. A. Maybe a G. Okay, so that's just a variation where you're just taking single notes, even though it's like, all right, well, is that like an A 7 chord, dominant 7 chords? You could just turn everything into a dominant 7 chord. That's another style of just kind of like having a very bluesy. I would say that's the bluesiest sound. Would you say that's the bluesiest sound?
Yeah. Yeah, and then what's interesting with like Chicago, what you just did, that's called downtown.
Oh, that's downtown.
Because it goes down in the bass line. Chicago uptown.
Oh, that's uptown. I like it. I'm a downtown guy, though. I'm a downtown. You know what kind of strings we use downtown?
What kind of strings,
We
Sean?
use Elixir Strings, the sponsor of this video. I don't even know if the blues work if you don't have Elixir Strings on your guitar, because you want some soul in your strings, right? And when you have a coated string like Elixirs, you can leave them on forever, right? If you're swapping your strings out all the time, you got the blues. No, that's like some rich man, and frankly quite dumb at the same time, putting uncoated strings every week. Put those elixirs on there. Let some of the oils, those blues oils, get into the string. Soak them up. That coating can handle it, Davi. Am I right? Yeah. Soak them.
That's how Muddy Waters used to do it.
For sure. I'm pretty sure he was... Don't quote me on that. Pretty sure he used polyweb or nanoweb coated strings on his finest blues albums. And even if he didn't, you should, because Elixir Strings are the best. Visit link in the description. So that's just one way to play the 12-bar blues.
Yeah,
right?
Sean.
What would you say to someone who said that's not every blues song ever? What do you mean? What would you say to that?
That's every blues song ever.
Yeah.
And that's probably almost every early rock and roll song as well.
Really? You don't say?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
Just speed it up.
Oh. I know that one.
Me too?
There it is. Little Elvis blues, like it all is the same thing,
It's the same thing.
And that's why blues is such a universal kind of genre, is because the structure of the blues can be applied in different ways to really any genre that you'd ever want to do. Because there's so much room for improvisation over those chords, you can sit in with a band, everybody instantly knows what's going on.
Yes.
The one thing I wanted to say about 1, 4, and 5, basically those are just the notes from a scale, right? So when we say, like, in C, 1, 4, 5, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, right? So C would be 1, D, E, F would be 4, G would be 5, right? A is really easy because it's just the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You don't have to worry about the sharps with the blues. Blues players don't know where the sharps are. Absolutely not. A is 1, B, C, D is 4, E is 5. And especially on guitar, there's shapes, right? Like, you just go down a string to get to the 4th fret, and then 2 frets higher to get to the 5th fret. So it's so easily repeatable, right? And then the real creativity kind of comes from doing the turnarounds. Like, you just did that turnaround, that little... That's where you can really just play anything you want. Those last 2 bars of the 12-bar blues, that's Turnaround City.
That's the...
Turnaround City?
Yeah. That blew my mind.
Well, you got really excited about Turnaround City.
Turnaround City.
That's it. What's the theme for it? Do you have a favorite turnaround that you play when you enter Turnaround City?
Depends on the tempo, but yeah.
That's it? That's your favorite one?
That's pretty much,
It's kind of like, it's the go-to turnaround. And you can always find it in any key because you're basically just walking up to the 5 chord, right? You can do it, you don't even have to do it across strings. So like, let's say your 5 chord ends up being an E, so the 7th fret on the A string. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then the chord, right? So you can maybe just back up 5 frets, be like, all right, 1, 2, 3, do. Or you can go downtown, uptown. You can really play anything in any key. That's the beauty of it.
God, love the blues.
Right? The blues has done a lot for you.
It has.
How are you going to repay the blues somehow? Do you feel like you're doing that?
We have a give and take relationship.
Is it really?
I give, blues takes.
You know, that's my relationship with the blues too.
Wow.
I give so much, and the blues takes everything. It
just does, yeah.
You know what? But now you can join the ultimate one-way give-take relationship that the blues has with us. You're next. So get yourself some Elixir strings with the affiliate in the description. Go sub to my man Davi here if you really want to check out the stylings of a 3-time international blues champion. Go click that link.
Please do.
And thanks for watching.